This is utterly astonishing. Mckinley is currently utilizing images of herself and Lacy on her OnlyFriends platform to promote her work. This substantiates my hypothesis from my previous video that she engaged in the stream with him and feigned affection for Lacy solely to exploit him for notoriety and views. Lacy and the FaZe lads will indeed respond to this, which I will discuss and demonstrate in this video. First, let us examine Lacy's reaction that he sent on Twitter. The necessity of composing this tweet is absurd. I am being exploited as clickbait. However, I do not appear in any images or videos. Kindly refrain from succumbing to being a victim of fraud. My legal team and I will promptly initiate its removal. Do not trust any information encountered online. This is a direct response to Mckinley's post on her OnlyFriends account, in which she claims to be selling exclusive video content with herself and Lacy, which is evidently untrue. Fans in the replies suggested that Jack Doherty may have been the author of the post. Mckinley's agreement with Jack implies that he not only appropriates her finances, but may also retain access to her accounts and assets. This theory appears plausible, as legally, Jack could still possess rights to her social media until the contract expires. However, I am fairly certain I have identified the individual responsible for this post and their motivations, which I will elaborate on later in the video. Initially, let us examine the replies of others. Adapt would provide a candid and sincere reply, stating, "You may genuinely be manipulating her, and all she may perceive are the monetary gains and a validation." I frequently discuss this matter with Lacy, particularly regarding the challenges of being a streamer and content creator. As I mentioned prior to your conversation about the plants movement, when engaging with a female, one can never be entirely certain of the authenticity or sincerity of her intentions, particularly if you are an individual engaged in this situation due to uncertainty regarding her concealed motives or her distinct viewpoint on the partnership. You may genuinely be involved with her, but she could perceive monetary value in a handbag and a verified status, whether it be a blue or purple checkmark. One must use caution, as excessively praising someone may lead them to attain their desires. They succeeded. They have established careers due to your contributions, while you remain here, feeling deceived and abandoned. It is astonishing yet undeniably true. I will be showcasing snippets of Mckinley and Lacy throughout this movie, and it is remarkable how proficient Mckinley is in acting. During the past week, she has been feigning an infatuation with him, akin to Lacy, only to subsequently abandon him and cease all communication. The world can be perilous. Individuals should exercise caution regarding whom they permit into their lives and what information they disclose. While one may perceive someone as a friend, that individual may regard them as a target, someone to exploit or manipulate, as exemplified by the situations involving Lacy and Mckinley. She recognized her predicament without Jack Doy's influence. Consequently, she transitioned to the next streamer available. Moreover, it is likely that Mckinley perceived Lacy as a vulnerable target, given that Lacy had previously been exploited for clout by an individual named Dollar, who evidently valued him solely for his financial resources and notoriety. Similar to Mckinley, who engaged in a superficial conversation with him for notoriety before abandoning him, FaZe Black Boy Max PBM from the J subsequently intervened to address the matter, asserting that there would be no further female content in the new FaZe house due to the exploitation of several of his associates. Entering this new FaZe house is not an option. Apologies, my friend. Cease elevating these women who evidently seek exposure and are pursuing their own opportunities at your expense. It is finished, my friend. We must cease permitting this situation to occur. This dish is prepared. This fish fillet is genuinely remarkable. We must cease. This __ operates. We have all encountered it. The sole individual who has not is Ron, and that is due to his romantic involvement. However, Ron has confronted similar circumstances on a much larger scale, which occurred prior to our collective experiences. This incident involved his former partner, Adele, who attended a singles party the following day. Subsequently, he created a Twitch account. Unbelievable. Are you insane? This incident occurred. This demonstrates that it can occur to anyone, regardless of their capabilities. That is the reason __. Must improve your movement, my friend. Do not only transform these girls into streaming queens. Stream monarchs, no further, no more streaming queens, my friend. I am informing that is substandard. That It is not advisable, since it may have negative repercussions for you. This occurrence is common among renowned streamers and individuals. They believe they have discovered an attractive female. Subsequently, this female who abandoned them is attempting to litigate against them and is making charges. They are now endeavoring to establish their own social media platform. It is evident that Mckinley was using Lacy. I ponder whether Lacy was truly aware that McKenna harbored negative feelings towards him and if he was pleased for her to appear on stream, as it would concurrently elevate his name's prominence on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter. Did he truly believe he was about to marry an OnlyFans model? Additionally, Lacy's closest confidant, Stable Ronaldo, would also provide his perspective on the situation, having likely identified the issue first. Recently, Ron said to Lacy, "Isn't that peculiar?" Mckinley abruptly no longer wishes to participate in the streams. "Certainly, my friend. What transpired between you and your girlfriend?" "Nothing occurred. She simply does not wish to participate in streams. She has suddenly expressed a disinterest in conducting streams." "Do you communicate with her outside of the stream?" "I have conversed with her." "Did you, in any case, allow me to participate with you?" Ron's response to the OnlyFans situation is indicative of a lack of dignity among women. This is astonishing. She stated that she would rather to be hoarding rather than angry. "I overlooked that detail." "Do you possess her contact number?" "I truly have it." "Indeed, should we provoke her?" "I am uncertain. Lisa may become upset if I provide you with her number." "I hesitate to call, as he dislikes drama." "What if I inadvertently lose her contact information?" "That is something I cannot tolerate." Ron expressed minimal commentary, solely articulating his disdain for Mckinley and the of women. The rationale behind Ron's reticence appears to stem from his foresight. Having been acquainted with Lacy for an extended period, he has witnessed these women exploit him for notoriety repeatedly. He even preemptively identified this pattern before others did, indicating his awareness of the impending situation. Mckinley utilized Lacy for clout, and Mckinley herself would actually respond to anything on Twitter as she would say to clarify, "Lacy is not featured in any of my OnlyFans content." This is not a jest. Any contrary claims are merely online speculation. This appears to be her attempt to avoid legal repercussions. However, I am uncertain. Do you believe Mckinley posted it herself? Or was it Jack or another individual? Personally, I suspect that neither Mckinley nor Jack was responsible, but rather Mckinley's social media team. Many may not realize that these OAF women have individuals managing their accounts. Consequently, when you observe these women interacting with men on OAF or posting on platforms like Twitter, such as Sophie Rain, she likely does not manage her OAF page or Twitter herself. It is probable that she employs someone in India for a minimal wage to handle those tasks, allowing her to profit from lonely older men. The globe is tumultuous. Yet we have another cloud chaser revealed. Please share your thoughts on the situation. However, Lacy is now liberated from the influence of the clout demon. Regrettably, he is likely to engage with another one, since he appears to be impervious to learning from past experiences. First dollar, then Mckinley. There was likely another girl prior to it. Could you not pursue a female employed in a bookshop, Walmart, or McDonald's? Not akin to this million-dollar models on TikTok differ from those with millions of followers on the platform. They exclusively desire Birkin bags. Influence, wealth, high-end dining establishments, luxury automobiles. You understand the concept. I am curious whether Lacy will address the problem or reveal Mckinley's exploitation of him. I would not be astonished if Lacy were to sue Mckinley for attempting to profit on him on her OnlyFans account. It is utterly repugnant and illustrates that these individuals would resort to any means for notoriety and financial gain, even if it necessitates impersonating a male for a whole week. These are unfortunate times, everyone. Exercise caution. Nonetheless, I hope you all found enjoyment. Engage by liking, subscribing, and commenting. Wishing you a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you all next time.